Tomorrow, December 7th, Swedish Yuletide, the annual genuine Swedish Christmas fair, complete with a Sancta Lucia procession and much more, comes once again to the Cyclorama at the Boston Center for the Arts. This annual family event attracts thousands of visitors and is the largest Scandinavian event in New England. Here now with her annual preview is the festival's longtime coordinator, Ginga Sewerin-Olsson. Good to see you as usual.
Thanks for having us.
So, now first of all, why don't you remind us what the organization is, SVEA, what that stands for, and what work you do besides putting on this great holiday fair.
SVEA stands for Swedish Women's Educational Association. It's an international organization with over 7,000 Swedish women living abroad in 70 places. Here in Boston we have over 200 members and have been around for quite a while. Swedish Yuletide is our annual fundraiser, and the money goes to donations to, for instance, Scandinavian Living Center in West Newton or the Swedish School. But we also have a scholarship for a young American woman for study in Sweden, or if there is a special project that she wants to pursue in Sweden.
Now, I assume another thing is that the having a Christmas fair really reminds people of how the holiday is celebrated or supposed to be celebrated in your homeland. I mean, all the little people, well, beings, I guess we could say.
I think we in Sweden feel that we do Christmas very well.
And you have real reindeer. You're the
Yes, we do. Up north of Sami, there are hundreds of thousands of reindeer, and some are used for also some of the little Santas that we have. That's reindeer skin. And also the antlers are used for different things because reindeer shed their antlers every year.
Now, I think Scandinavia in general has been coming more in certain people's consciousness because of crime novels that have come out of there that have become very popular. I mean, besides Stieg Larsson, there's just a whole other.
Oh, there are Läckberg, there are
there are. So I'm just saying people understand the culture and the fact that you guys in the wintertime have darkness, and so you have to have cheerful colors around and having lights to, what is it like to have such a long winter? I mean,
the south is not too bad. Sweden is a very long, narrow country, and up north there is barely any daylight in the middle of the winter. But it's not long now until it turns again on the December 20th. So lights are very important, but it also cozy factor.
Yes.
That it makes it.
Now, you have exhibits, usually traveling exhibits that are part of it. It isn't always exactly the same Swedish Yuletide at the things there. So, what's new this year, or what cultural additions do you have?
We've had last year we highlighted the anniversary of Raoul Wallenberg, who disappeared during the war, saving Jews in Budapest. We've also had provinces of Sweden that we have presented, the Alfred Nobel a number of years ago when there was an anniversary. And soon after, on the 10th in Stockholm, the Nobel Prizes will be awarded, and many Americans again among the recipients. This year we are doing more of an overview of Sweden, like introducing Sweden. And
so this would be a perfect time for someone who wasn't steeped in Swedish lore to come, right? To understand.
So we will do some posters and a little bit about Swedish society, how it works, Swedish healthcare, the people. We have had in the last several decades huge immigration, and many have received many refugees from war-torn countries. So what it looks like now, some of the traditions that we have and what we celebrate over the year.
No, I think there's all kinds of international studies that show that the people in Sweden and the rest of Scandinavia are healthier and happier than Americans are, and better educated too. I think better at math. And why is that? I mean, I think is the schools really? Is it really strict schools and stuff?
No, actually, it's a looser system It's very often children are calling their teachers by first name, so it's not. So that does not really interfere with what you learn and so forth. It's a smaller country, so it's the diversity in quality is of course not as great as in a large country. As to come to the happiest people in the world, I think it's the Danes that actually beat us to that.
No, but you're close. You're higher up on the list than Americans. I think we're like 24th. Yeah.
But it also, society is built in a way that that families have time. For instance, I just became a grandmother.
Congratulations.
And my daughter gets a year off. With
oh wow,
yes,
a year off.
Yes.
What a maternity
and
leave.
Also the fathers take, I think it's 48 or 50% of fathers take some time off as well.
Oh,
and it's
so
compulsory.
It's very wise, so they can bond with the...
Yes, and also it just makes life
So do
easier.
Grandmothers and grandfathers get time off or not?
No.
You still have to work, okay. Now what about, let's just review, because we'll probably show a little video of Sancta Lucia. You want to explain what that, the return of the light means and all that?
Santa Lucia is a celebration on December 13th, which used to be the shortest day of the year, according to the old Gregorian calendar, I believe. Also, she was a saint from Sicily.
Yeah.
Sweden took that tradition or legend, and so she appears on December 13th in offices, hospitals, but also that the children sometimes wake their parents up and come in, and they are clad in white gowns, and Lucia wears a crown with candles on her hair.
So but she's blonde and blue-eyed, but not brown.
Not always.
Not always. I have not too many Sicilians up there, but no, it's a wonderful tradition. Now, what about this light that you have here before people have? Is this a menorah or is this?
No, it's just they come in different shapes and forms, but since it's dark and in December, from the 1st of Advent, everyone has lights in their windows, and this is just one kind of light that you have. All
right. So, but let's remind folks. If people want details about the event, it's from 10 to 4, is that correct?
That's correct.
At the Boston Center for the Arts. You suggest people get there how?
Preferably with public transportation.
But there is a parking garage, right?
There are parking garages in the area, and these are marked also on our website. But public transportation is probably recommended. Right,
especially with the thousands of people that you have there. And just finally, what do you recommend as a treat that people can't miss? I mean, you have the waffles or
food.
Food. No, we're talking food now.
We make crispy waffles from scratch, the Swedish recipe, with jam and whipped cream. Those are very good.
Yes.
You can get open-faced sandwiches with shrimp and gravlax.
Yeah.
Swedish meatballs, of course.
Yes.
And then the drink of the season is glögg, and we.
And what's in? Is that a?
Actually, it should be wine, but this is a family event. So
I see. So
it's
like a punch, a non-alcoholic.
Yes, but it's a hot, spiced.
Good.
Drink.
Just what you need to warm up there. Well, thank you for coming. Congratulations on becoming a grandmother, and thanks for bringing a little holiday spirit all the way from the land of reindeers. Thank you so
and
much.
May I just add that the Lucia pageant with the children from the Swedish school, they perform at 11:30 and 2.
All right. And that's all on the website, which is sweaboston.org. Thank you again.